Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Coinbase Developer Live event for our Smart Wallet product. Kanan Severn here. I'm an engagement manager here at Coinbase. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Glad to have you tuned in. Everyone, drop in the chat where you're from. I know we have people all over. Where put in where you currently sit.
No, not right now.
Where you currently sit. So yeah, drop in the chat. And yeah, super excited to have everyone join today. Good opportunity for you guys to listen to our product experts, builders, chat with the folks that are using the products, such as yourself. So this is gonna be really good, really kind of live Q&A. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. Want to make sure that we have a good interaction here. So especially for this product, that was one of our more highly engaged channels in the Discord as well. So use this time to ask questions, pick their brain, anything you've been running into. This is the perfect opportunity to utilize the time here. And as I mentioned before, if you have any questions throughout the event, just throw them in the chat, and we'll be monitoring on our end. Let's see where we got people from. We got people from all over. We're getting from New York, India, Seattle, Texas, Tennessee, San Fran, the Bay Area. I like it. Texas, again, Texas, Philippines. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, you guys, we've got an all-star lineup today. These presenters are going to share their experience on building on the Smart Wallet product, their journey, and yeah, we would love to have you just meet the team here. So with that being said, I'll pass the mic over to Wilson to introduce the squad.
All right, thanks. And I think a minute ago I tried to mute my mic and I actually just hid my video. So if you heard me yelling at my kids through the door, sorry for that. So I'm going to introduce the crew. This is the agenda for today. We're going to do some introductions. I'll talk quickly about what is Smart Wallet. I'll give sort of an OnchainKit shout out, and then the stars of the show are session keys and our React Native SDK today. The basic slides. This is what happens when you get an engineer to make the slides. So introductions. I'm Wilson. I'm on the base team at Coinbase, working with the wallet team on the Smart Wallet projects, and spend most of my time on the smart contracts. Lucas, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Lucas. I'm also an engineer on the base team. For the past few months, also been working with the wallet team on Smart Wallet, the stuff that's not the contracts.
Lucas, you might know Lucas from writing or co-authoring several EIPs, ERCs like 5792, which we'll talk about some of the superpowers of Smart Wallet. Connor.
Everyone, Connor. I also work on the base team for the Smart Wallet product, and I'm the contract designer for our session key system. And then also helping out with ERC 7715, which is the EIP for how apps and wallets can talk about permissions.
Connor recently joined the base team from a startup Station. Is killing it. Super glad to have Connor on the team. Felix?
Hi, I'm Felix. I am currently working at Coinbase Wallet team. And in the past few months, I also helped design and implemented the web SDK for Smart Wallet.
Yep. All things SDK. We have Felix to thank, along with Nate and Jungho. All right, so let's get into it. What is Smart Wallet? Hopefully you guys know. This is what it looks like if you've seen it out in the wild. This is our developer Discord. So for developers, Smart Wallet offers the best way to quickly get users connected and transacting in your app, going from 0 to on-chain in seconds. For users, Smart Wallet offers a self-custodial account that takes seconds to set up, gives them a consistent address across apps, and allows them to spend their Coinbase held ETH on Base. I should say their, not your. I changed the pronouns later. All right. The key features of the Smart Wallet: passkey signing. So users are using passkey to actually sign on-chain in the smart contract, not like passkey auth to some server where we hold your key, but actually passkey signing. So it's a self-custodial wallet. Batch calls, so you can do multiple calls in a single transaction, things like approve and swap together. Sponsored transactions, aka like paymasters, and so Base sponsors some transactions. Apps can sponsor transactions. It's a way to get users transacting in your app without even having to fund their wallet. And then a feature we call Magic Spend, which allows users to link their Coinbase account to their smart wallet so that they can spend their Coinbase ETH on chain. So I do want to do, before we get to the rest of it, a quick shout out to OnchainKit. So OnchainKit.xyz is our library of React components, and these make it super easy to use Smart Wallet. And so we have a few components already, and we're adding more. We have a swap component. I've built swap integrations before in dApps, and this swap component is like by far the easiest thing I've ever seen. A transaction component that makes it super easy to set up a transaction for Smart Wallet and avoid any common pitfalls. Like sometimes, depending on how you set up your calls, you can get blocking behavior on like Safari Mobile, for example. They have pretty aggressive pop-up blocking. And so our transaction component makes that impossible to do, and hopefully helps people out. And then there's a wallet component that manages connecting, and it gives users a little widget to fund their wallet and be able to link, check out their wallet on wallet.coinbase.com, see their ENS name. I think you guys are familiar with the general, gist of what these sort of components look like. But please check out OnchainKit. Try it out. Give us feedback. Building for you guys, and hope you like it. All right. With that, I'm going to hand it off to Lucas for session keys. And I'll stop sharing.
Cool. Yeah. Let me share this. I just have a couple short slides, and then I'm going to pass it off to Connor to do a demo, which is going to be much more exciting. Yeah, session keys, which maybe also you've been hearing it as permissions. So the problem that we're trying to address here is signing friction. If you've used Smart Wallet or really any wallet, you know that you go to do a transaction, you usually have a pop-up or an extension come up or something that takes you out of the context of the app and into your like wallet. This is like pretty jarring. It's a jarring experience on mobile, especially for Smart Wallet, because you get like a new tab and it can be kind of confusing. And it also deprives apps of like owning the full app experience, right? Like there's no way around having some part of the app experience live inside of the wallet. And this is kind of where embedded wallets beat Smart Wallet in terms of user experience, because they can have kind of a frictionless in-app signing experience. So that's what we're trying to address with session keys. And a little bit technical, but basically with session keys, you can request that an account can call some function with some expiry with a set of permissions, which you can specify like functions on specific contracts that you can call. And you can do this with like local key signers. So these would be keys that are stored. The way we've been doing it is in the browser. So this is really nice and gives you basically like a session cookie experience. So it's super nice for app developers. And you can also do server signing, which is something we're also going to support, where you can do like background processes. So this is nice for like DeFi applications. You might want to have like DCA buying or limit orders and things like that. So yeah, that's the TLDR of session keys. And I'll go ahead and pass it off to Connor to do a short demo. Let me stop sharing.
Cool. This demo is super short, but we have a very simple application. I've connected my Smart Wallet, and we're going to show what it currently looks like to grant permission for
Hang on,
your
Connor.
app.
I think your screen is still spinning for me. I'm not sure if other people can see it.
Okay. Cool. Actually, drop in the chat if you can't see it, and Lucas, it's okay if you just want to pull up the demo as well. But the first interaction is that you want to grant permissions for an app to control some part of your wallet. And so we'll just click a grant permission button here to prompt that. And so the basic ways we're thinking of abstracting this for the user is between like spend limits and allowed contracts that you can interact with. So right now this app is requesting a spend limit of 1 ETH from my wallet. And then there's also an expiry field that we're still updating the designs, but if I simply approve this, I'm signing this with a passkey on my computer, and then that signature now gives the app the ability to transact on my behalf. Now we've granted the permission, and then now when I want to simply buy an asset, whatever it is abstractly, I can just click buy, and then I get back a transaction. No wallet pop-up. There's a little bit of delay there as we're building a user op and submitting it on chain, but otherwise this transaction has landed on chain. Right now we're only allowing this to work on base Sepolia, and I can just like keep clicking buy and keep getting transactions. And so you can imagine that the high frequency transacting use cases for apps are probably where this will thrive most. Things like gaming we're specifically looking at, high frequency DeFi activity. Like Lucas mentioned with server signing, anything in the background is going to be a killer use case for session keys. And yeah, that's like the main thing we have to show for now. Some things to note about what we're restricting session keys to be used for. Initially, it's just going to be spending ETH. Use of ERC20s or 721s or any other assets are not going to be a part of our first launch, but we are trying to spike out those implementations now. So regardless of your use case, we'd love to hear from you. We have a Telegram chat. We also have this Discord. Free to drop any questions about getting access to our private alpha. We'll soon be opening that to a public beta as well. But the basic use cases we're looking at are ways you want your app to automate transactions for users. So that's all for now.
Awesome. Thanks. Yeah. And just to reiterate, I think, with the smart wallet product in general, we have a pop-up on every transaction. We think, that's a feature, not a bug. That's intentional friction to keep users safe. It's a unified account that you can use across apps. And so we want users to see those transactions in a UI that they trust, where we're going to tell them that what's going on. But, some apps you do trust a lot, and you maybe don't want to see that pop up every time. And so session keys give a way for those apps to ask for special permission to spend, that user's ETH over time, and users can grant that permission, by signing in that pop-up window, and thereafter, until, that time is elapsed or whatever, that ETH amount is used, they're going to be able to just sign in that app. And so we're super excited to see what developers are going to build with this. We will be sharing docs with you guys soon that you can check it out. If you're interested in this, in dog fooding any of this, trying any of this, feel free to just tag in the Smart Wallet channel, me or Connor or Lucas, and let us know, and we'll reach out as we have updates. All right, let's hop to native mobile SDK, which is an extremely desired feature, and we're excited to be getting close to shipping it. Felix.
Thanks, Wilson. Let me share my screen real quick. And yes, hi everyone, I'm Felix. I'm currently working at Coinbase Wallet team, trying to get this mobile SDK for Smart Wallet out of the door. And today I'm going to demo how you can integrate Smart Wallet on your React Native app in just 2 steps easily. Let's look into it. This is an example tab that we built. I have it running in the background, and we have, in just 2 steps, we're going to achieve this. The first thing that you're going to do is initialize the SDK, throw your dApp's information in, and then grab the Web3 provider. And then hold on to the provider. Let's try to connect to Smart Wallet. Line 39 is all you need. Using the provider to request ETH request account is all you need to do. Let's see how it goes. This is the dApp. Let's click connect. It'll trigger the handle connect, and it prompts users to either create a new Smart Wallet or sign in with an existing one. Let's sign in. And let's approve this connection. You see now the result is being asked back to your dApp and shown down here. What about signing? It's the exact same pattern that we used for a request Ethereum account. Let's try a personal sign. Line 52 to line 55. We put a method and program in, and let's see how it goes. And let's try to sign it. Bam. I think we got it. This is all you need to do. Connect your wallet to Coinbase Smart Wallet in just 2 steps. Don't have to worry about opening anything in web browsers, embedded web browser. It just works. And that's it.
That's so sick, Felix. That was actually also my first time seeing that demo. So I'm extremely excited about this. Felix, people are like, I'm ready to try this today. I want to learn more. What are things people can do to follow up?
Yes, we have a tutorial here. Let me put it in the chat. We are currently looking for early adopter for this, and so then we can get to know more about your dApps, and you can also help us iterate through the design on the API and stuff. We're super excited about this, and please reach out to us, or you can just give it a try and provide your feedback in Discord or just on our GitHub issues.
Amazing. Felix made it look so simple. There's so much complexity behind what just happened. So super pumped to see that. We haven't really had many questions come in the chat yet. So we'll just kind of give it a minute to see if people do have questions. Please put them in the chat, and we'll try to respond to the good ones. And otherwise, if we don't have too many questions, we can just give everybody a little bit of time back.
Now's not the time to be shy, guys. So any questions, please go ahead and ask. Awesome demo, guys. Everyone did a great job. That was really helpful. And yeah, really cool just to see the flow of everything. So yeah, any questions? I see a few people typing right now. Jam 11 is trying to speak. Jam 11, if you could just put your question in the chat, ask there, and then we'll go from there. Oh, we got a question. You guys take that away.
So a common misconception, React Native or Magic Spend, I'll let Felix speak to this question. Is everything available in the Web SDK? Everything from the Web SDK available in the React Native. But just to speak to Magic Spend is sort of like, to support Magic Spend, you just have to do less, not more. So Magic Spend is something that we entirely handle in the pop-up. When a user doesn't have funds or they have funds, they can choose to pay from Coinbase. All that we need is apps to do to support Magic Spend is to not stop that pop-up from happening. So a lot of apps will detect, hey, you have insufficient balance for this transaction, and they'll block the user from doing that. But Felix should be the same pop-up window, and all those features should be there. Are there any differences to note in the web SDK versus mobile?
All the RPC method that we currently support on Web SDK should work just fine on the Web SDK.
Cool. Possibility to rename the smart wallet names instead of default timestamp. This has come up, and we should probably put this either in a help guide or maybe in our developer docs as well. Both Google Chrome and Apple actually have ways for you to rename a passkey. But yeah, we should have better links for how exactly to do that. Thanks for the questions. Also, can you speak? I mean, this is the team, teams around to answer just general. This was the Smart Wallet AMA. So if you have a question on, it doesn't have to be something that we presented today. We just kind of wanted to share the new stuff that's top of mind. 6900 once it's ready to plug in. I'll take this one. So yeah, I think, we're actively thinking about what does Smart Wallet V2 look like from the contract perspective. And I personally would like to see it go to more of like a modular architecture. When we started working on it last year, we felt like, the ground was sort of shifting on the architecture in the modular space. And there was a lot of competing standards, and we've kind of just been trying to see how things evolve and what ends up stable. But definitely top of mind thinking about what all do we want to enable in the V2 of our Smart Wallet contract. So if you have specific features that you're trying to get, would love to hear about those. I'm not sure if we'll commit to 6900 or a specific modular standard right now. Let's see. Request accounts and personal sign in one pop-up.
I can take that one.
Yeah, go ahead.
And that's a great question. And what we can say so far is we're actively looking into options to make that happen. And we do have some tools in our toolbox. Please stay tuned, and we'll let everybody.
So a caveat to that, I will say that there is, if you go to wagme smartwallet.vercel.app, I actually added there an example of this connect plus sign in a single pop-up. So the pop-up has this feature where at the end of a request, it'll linger for a little bit to see if a second request comes in response to the first request. And so you can actually, if you look at, I'm not going to type right now, I can share it in a second, or if somebody wants to, I'll share the GitHub repo for WAGMI Smart Contract Wallet. You can see that basically I'm waiting for the account to connect, and then as soon as it connects, I do the personal sign. And to the user, it's one consistent pop-up. But we do think that there is room to improve sort of like the RPCs that are used for the wallet handshake. And that's sort of what Felix is alluding to. And I think it would be, yeah, if you have thoughts there, I would love to talk to you. You know, I think it would be interesting to try to handle more of the sign in with Ethereum features for apps. For example, apps have to generate nonces on servers, which is kind of annoying. Maybe we could handle some of that for you. So it'd be great to hear your requirements there and what your ideal sort of handshake would look like.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, like Wilson said, we're working on like a new RPC for this, and we're also, as part of that, we also want the ability to do like a session key grant permissions also in that same pop-up. So you can just have like a really clean connect plus sign in plus grant permissions in a single RPC request and single pop-up.
Wendy, I assume you're asking about session keys for ERC20 tokens. Is that what you're asking about? Yeah, I don't think we have a firm timeline on that. But it's definitely on our radar. It just is a lot more complex to give users guarantees about. We want to show users something like this app can spend X amount of value. Ideally, users think in terms of dollars because that's sort of the easiest to reason about. And as you try to price all these different ERC20s in dollars and try to honor what you've told the user, it can get pretty complex. And so that's sort of why we've started with this baby step. And we're hoping that it's enough to unlock some exciting things from developers, but realize that ERC20 is a big need. Any other thoughts on that, Connor and Lucas?
Yeah, it's definitely something we're prioritizing second to ETH, so I'd expect that to be another update that gets put out relatively soon. We'll have more that we'll share publicly in the next couple of weeks, though.
Yeah, and Nick or Mike, I actually don't know how you pronounce it. USDC, I agree, would be like an easy first win because it's very easy to reason about. You don't have to try to price it, and so I think it's likely that stable coins are like the first ones that we support. All right, Mike, got it. Yes, I think Felix, we're aware of this issue. I thought we fixed this issue where you get the pop-up and it says the wallet's not connected. Actually, server connected. So there's probably some people in the audience who can better speak to that than I can. Like Eric, for example, is in the audience. So we definitely want to know if you're still seeing that. But I thought that we had resolved it.
Any other questions from the group while we have the team here? Looks like we're slowing down some of the questions. Appreciate the input thus far. Any final questions before we hop off here?
Just want to say, feel free to reach out to me or I think any of us at any time, either on Discord or any platform. Definitely, we're a couple months post launch now and want to know what are the most important things to you, and also just how we can be doing better on how we support people on Discord, how our docs are. Would just love to hear any and all complaints on how we could be doing better.
Well, guys, I appreciate it. Appreciate the demo. Appreciate you answering questions. Glad to have the discussion. A pleasure having you guys. Into the audience. Any additional questions, as Wilson just mentioned, I reached out to them in Discord, ping them in the Smart Wallet channel. Any way we can be helpful, add value to you guys, definitely please don't hesitate. But yeah, that brings us to a close. So thank you everyone for joining. Look forward to seeing you at our next CDP event, which will be next Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern for a Coinbase event with our engineers who are building out our Paymaster product. So don't miss that opportunity. And thank you again, guys. Appreciate it.